Hi and welcome everyone. This is your tarot reading for the weekend starting Friday the 13th of October. This is Friday the 13th, that so-called unlucky date. This date actually falls 2 or 3 times a year, and I'm pretty sure many of you have survived those days without too much trouble at all. So I wouldn't worry yourself too much with such superstitions. I will be using the Tarot of Inspiration, the Russian deck again today, and I'll be looking to gain some insight into the energies and influences that surround us over the next couple of days. Our first card today is the Lovers. Next we have the Seven of Cups. And our last card for this weekend is the Four of Wands. So for the Lovers, this card speaks about union and bliss. It's about partnership, important choices, passion and sexuality. When looking at the choice aspect here, we're really looking at the aspect of self-preservation and self-love. So when we receive this card, there's usually a decision that's sort of pending in your life, and you're really being asked to look at yourself and to ask yourself if your head and your heart are truly united. If you do need to make any important decisions over the next couple of days, then you should look to tune into your heart's desire, whilst also paying attention to your logic. If you find you're acting from a place of love because your head and your heart are in the right place, then you're surely on the path to making right decisions. When we make choices, we generally have to choose one path over the other. So we do need to have that diligence, the ability to cut through the obligations and the emotional baggage and do what we know is right for us deep down. And this will free us from that place, that which no longer serves us anymore. If you happen to be in a relationship and you're in a good place right now, then you're really going to be set for a weekend of love and passion in all of its forms. The influence of the Lovers card really brings out those sparks of passion that sometimes tend to get left by the wayside as we become familiar with our other half. We can over time forget what initially attracted us to them and excited us about them. But this remembering, this radiates outward from your emotional well and really calls us to action to fulfill ourselves with love and appreciation and devotion. This again is self-love, and it's being mirrored back to us. So celebrate love in all of its forms, and don't neglect your needs and your right to happiness. If you do have any important decisions to make that could free you up emotionally, then do so with care and understanding, whilst embodying that self aspect of self-preservation and love. Next we have the Seven of Cups. This card really speaks about being faced with many choices, and not being able to really grip on one choice or another. You're sort of fantasizing and lost in your own mind. The imagery here really embodies this environment, I feel. You see sirens in the water, and they're all beckoning the hero to go in with them, and for all intents and purposes seducing him in a way as to have their fill of him. I guess if he were to follow them in, he would likely be subdued emotionally, or pulled into an altered state, whereby his choices are sort of muddled by the intoxication of the situation. This altered state can be seen in the veiled face of the woman, surrounded by the cups at the top of the card. So this card isn't so much about reality as it is about imagination and altered states of consciousness. There will be many choices all vying for your attention and your energy this weekend. The key here is to try and narrow down your focus to one or two important matters and not be so flighty and distracted. This isn't the time to have your head in the clouds. Fantasizing and dreaming of all that could be whilst actually not doing anything practical with yourself will not really help you progress in life. And if it's not monitored, this tendency can be a means of escape, and repeated tendency at that. This escape is implied by one of the key words with the Seven of Cups, and that's intoxication, which can indeed be used as this means of escaping reality. To really benefit from this card's influence, you should try and channel all of those fundamental tenets and get into some creative brainstorming. So you are still fantasizing, but it's to better your life and equip you with some new ideas and potentials. Next we have the Four of Wands. This card really speaks about gratitude and celebration. It's about honouring your own hard work and any recent successes you've had in life. The Four here marks the completion of a stage. This could be a birthday or a wedding. It could be an exam or an anniversary. It could even be the purchase of a new home, or maybe just something that brings you joy in your life and warms your heart. The Four here, it's about the home environment. So looking around us and remembering what has brought us to where we are today, we should look to really give gratitude and remember that if we're not exactly where we want to be, there's always people in much worse situations than ourselves. So think of ways to bring more of that supportive feeling back in this weekend. Try and notice those things that don't contribute to your future vision. When we get this card, we will have the right attitude flowing through us to make positive changes at home and within. Whatever's been completed then, now is the time to look back on this accomplishment and really take stock. Give thanks to the people and for the things that have helped you get to this place. This is a time from the feeling place of gratitude to look forward and visualize what new things you would like to manifest in the future. This card could indicate the need to mark a life transition with a celebration, even something small or private. Please just be grateful for all you have and celebrate yourself. Thanks again for joining me today. It's always an honour to work with you. I'd like to ask that you don't put too much stock in Friday the 13th as something negative or spooky. Take back control of your fears and superstitions and plant your version of reality onto the world. Thanks again everyone, and I'll be back next time with your weekly reading. Do have a great weekend, and don't forget to celebrate yourself and enjoy your relationships with those closest to you.